Welcome back to ESL Pro League here, live on the B stream from the Intel Esports Arena. Still joined by the wonderful SEO.
How's it going?
Not too bad, mate. Yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah.
The last little series of the day now.
Yeah, and one that really could sort of go either way. I think this could be very much just a whitewash in favour of Astralis, as they could bomb Fnatic out the server in a matter of seconds, or we could see a little bit of momentum coming from Fnatic. But I don't feel like that is going to be the case. They did falter versus G2 earlier in the day.
Yeah, that was literally, like, what, 45 minutes ago. And G2's not a side if you lose to them, I wouldn't say it instills you much confidence.
No.
Because they're not exactly that powerhouse G2 lineup which a lot of people would expect from them. It's not the same as it was, say, like a year and a half ago. They're not a fantastic side right now. To lose to them, going into Astralis, it doesn't, instill much hope.
No, it leaves you in a bit of a position where really it's worrying. You can't imagine that they're going to be dominating that much. G2 obviously struggling with form, finding their footing a little bit yesterday, but even then it's scary. And for Fnatic, there's been some changes. Obviously, Scream's been standing in for a while now, starting to get involved with the roster for a little bit. He said that he's been now moved back, so they want to go for the all-Swedish team once more. So we do have Brolin, and it's interesting. Obviously, going to really sort of see it for the first time ourselves. They did debut yesterday with their games, but it's the first time I'm going to be seeing the new core roster of Fnatic.
Yeah, it'll be the first time for me as well. Like, they went 6 out of possible 12 yesterday, which pretty damn good. They played FaZe, won one of the maps as well, and then I believe, I can't remember who it was now. It might have been, no, it wouldn't be G2.
Was it Na'Vi?
It might have been though, I'm not too sure. But I remember they got a win in both series. So in terms of matchup, you're thinking that's perfectly fine, right? New roster. As well as that though, it's not just Brolin really. You're thinking like Twist as well, because he did get added a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So if you think about this core, technically, they've not ever matched up because of the new change. Because Exist came in a few months ago, then you add Twist, Brolin, which means technically they've never faced off together, which always adds a bit of a weird one. Which you can say they've faced off in the past, right? You can see the odds there, 1.15. Not surprising by any means. Like, it's fair to assume that way, but if you remember, that was similar odds that we had with the Space Soldiers game.
That is true, but those are probably the most one-sided odds I feel like we've had.
Yeah.
4.30 to Fnatic's 1.15 there of Astralis. It's definitely quite one-sided. But I mean, it's fair play. Obviously, Astralis, they're at the top for a reason. They've been winning everything right now. They're absolutely skyrocketing through. Form seems great. Individually, everyone's playing well. You can't really take anything away from them. There's no real sort of negatives to Astralis currently.
Yeah, they look like they're playing perfectly fine. Every player has been playing really well. Like Glaive, probably in the form of his life right now, currently considered to be a top 15 player in the world, which is something quite bizarre when you think about racing. As an IGL, how is he there? He
looks legendary.
Yeah, it's been quite crazy. It's not what you'd expect. And the same goes, you got Magisk popping off when he needs to now as well. And every single player on the server, surprisingly, the player that's performing the worst of all of them is Zipnix. But you can always rely on him to show up when you need him in a clutch situation or other.
It always makes me laugh when I think about Astralis, that it just came from, the team that they have on this huge run wasn't even the roster they originally wanted, Ben.
Yeah, that's true. And that's, that's one way to start off the round. But Exist, he's doing a lot of damage. He's doing 3 of them. So, he started off so strong for Astralis. They got, 3 shots out of 3. And now in a bit of a weird state. Obviously, Zipnix, he's doing the same thing that God B did. So this was still similar to what Big did, if you remember on Inferno last. Where they let God B stay towards Banana with the CZ and smoke. And luckily for Space Soldiers in that instance, they had a lot of players live. They were able to force him off the angle and take it quite easily. However, Exist does throw a smoke. I believe that'll just be quad. So he's going to be taking top mid control, but he does still have 2 CTs on that side of the map. Both of them low, however, Dupree and Magisk. Playing a nice little bait setup, I do like that.
Well, this round started off very nicely for Astralis. Can they round it out and close it out? Ooh.
I think.
Magisk gets contact, tags the player up as the push will come through. Exist is there as well. He's out exposed to the elements, but they're still not finding these kills, and time's ticking away. And also, the support there from that teammate. No peeks come through. Oh! They drop in, they find Dupree, Ben. He was playing that bait setup for so long, hoping they wouldn't realize. Zipnix comes through, going to bound his way into the bomb site, but no chance. Twist. He's pretty much won them that entire pistol round there.
I've got to say that Manjisk should have forced his own death, as weird as it sounds, a bit quicker. Because it got to the point where, you know, Twist, he managed to push up fully and actually push across from Graveyard, jump into it, and because that he found Dupree. If Manjisk had died just, 3 seconds sooner, we'd probably see Astralis win that round purely because they would not bother checking pit properly.
Yeah.
So they do full eco though, double nail on the top banana right there. Doesn't actually do any damage, but it did leave a blood spot on the wall. If you saw that, it was quite weird. It's an interesting one. Used to do that in Source, if you remember.
Yeah, you can get tagged sometimes and it'll leave blood, but there'll be an extra damage.
See, that blood there is technically somebody's. Everybody's on 100 health across the board though.
It's very dark.
It is very dark.
Some old blood. Yeah, Snod's blood.
Astralis playing the gamble here. Can actually commit 4 players towards the smaller bomb site. I do like the pleasant noise of that fountain. Nice bit of water flowing. But it's a very slow round from Fnatic though. Didn't really get any control towards mid. It looks like they will be going towards this smaller bomb site. And we saw an issue like this before in that big game when Space Soldiers ran 3 people into B. Could be the same here as well. Zipnix couldn't really get a line of sight though. This actually got him mid-air. One jumping around the corner.
Ooh, there comes the push. Crims gets the first with the MP5, takes down Device. Zipnix is going to fall as well. Magist starts to work his way up now from behind. USP in hand. It's a 1 versus 4. They suspect he could be coming from this behind angle as he does just sit hidden by logs. I mean, if they exit down banana, he could potentially get a bit of an upset kill.
Yeah, he's kind of hoping that he'll be able to disrupt their exit on the way out here. But I can't imagine he gets anything done with it. He might get a double dink onto one player, but they should be checking this regardless. There it is. So 2-0 to Fnatic. As expected, really, assuming the CTs do not force into it on that second round, it will usually go 2-0, and we'll now see that third round bye. However, you can see the choice of utility purchases coming through. So just make sure he gets that smoke. Zipnix, sorry. Make sure he gets the incendiary. If he gets the incendiary and a smoke. So there's the reliance on, Molotovs, for example. Straight down mid, and then they're going double more towards banana as well. So if you're a T-side player right now, you're probably thinking they're playing aggressive, possibly at mid, and towards banana. But instead, they just simply do that to gain a tiny bit of map control, and don't really lose much for it.
Ooh, hello.
Not a good start though.
No, Twist getting that first headshot off. Going to be able to take down Glaive. Up in the elevated angle here towards the B site. Fnatic looking very good in these early rounds right now against Astralis. But this is the strongest buy they've had as the M4s are on parade. Getting ready to go for the play in towards B. They have the utility. They can smoke off, flash over, restrict the lines of sight, then execute him, but they don't even fancy it. They're just toying with them, Ben. They're going to be backing off, collecting the bomb, testing the waters towards the A site. As right now, Astralis, they're stuck 2 to each site.
The awkward bit is you've only got the one smoke on both sides. You can't help but feel like Dupree needs to use his and probably risk a rotate. He just used his down towards banana. The smoke towards quad will come through. And there should be a call here saying this is probably going to be an A-site push. Device needs to go huge here if they want a chance. And he's doing just that. I mean, he's got a lot of damage down. He's lived for so long as well. But Magisk wasn't able to get anything. He lost the firefight to UMP in apartments. That's quite a bizarre situation. JW's lurk here could be absolutely huge.
Ooh.
I was going to say if Brilliant can get the flash off, but instead the trade does come through. There's no kit though. Across the whole board.
Headshots are coming out to play. Ben Dupree getting himself a follow-up frag. The connection there on Twist. It's JW and Dupree left into this one. Going to tap the bomb to try and draw the face towards him. JW slowly going to make his move back around through the apartments. Dupree just holds, lying in wait for this.
No kit though.
JW's picked up this round, Ben. That is going to be a third on the board for Fnatic. As the save comes through now, Dupree having to slowly get away from there. If the push comes down, he might be able to deny the save, but the bomb blast will take them both out.
You have to think if you're Fnatic, though, you're perfectly fine with that. I imagine somebody was looking at the tab just in case, in which case you guarantee, there's no guns across the board, right? You've got guaranteed that. And you see some SMGs being thrown around, AK there. Exist deciding to go SMG himself. Nice little run boost, and it's going to be a 4 nades banana stack into quite a few of the players. I mean, they've not taken much damage when you consider 4 grenades, about 30 damage really overall. However, these returning grenades might do a lot more. It's a good early kill from Zipnix, and he does manage to get away. Although, not getting the gun is probably the main thing that Fnatic will consider here. Although, ultimately, they've not even got the top of banana control yet. Oh, it's a lovely shot.
This is going very well for Fnatic on their T side so far. The new roster looking pretty effective.
There's 4 bullets.
They're going to be grouping up. They're going to go for the counter boost as well. Get Magis on the elevated angle. Needs to be quick about this. Luckily, he gets there just as the smoke starts to stream in.
Zipnix needs to get a kill with the first 2 bullets, really. Otherwise, he's going to have to stab them as they run through the smoke.
Yeah, 4 shots to play with here for the CZ.
Smoke's going to fade in about 5-6 seconds. They do have smokes to re-execute onto this, but they only have the single flash. Smokes are coming through now. Dupree gets that first one. This is going to go horribly for Fnatic. They're committing towards this site as well. And Zipnix, he knew he had no bullets, decided to switch out. Here comes the push in, 25 seconds. Magisk still boosted CT.
Ooh, Magisk gets the headshot off. Drive by as he falls back. Exist is on 3 HP. Brolin on 100 as the push comes through, but they're struggling with the flick around. The absolute spray of Brolin. He will be able to find one. However, that is the first round now picked up for Astralis. As they go 3-1, Astralis finally get onto the scoreboard.
The calling there seemed so, I wouldn't say hesitant, but very afraid, I think, right? They lose that first player, and then they're kind of stuck to a hole. They wait around a bit, and then they just decide, okay, let's get onto it. They get smoked out. Then they just say, oh, we'll do it again. But they don't really, nobody is being a dedicated entry fragger on that situation. They instead just have multiple people trying to go in, they die, no trade is there. And it just kept an endless cycle of no trades available. But look how close Zipnix is towards the bottom of banana here. Flash doesn't get him. However, that grenade was fantastic. I believe that's a poor situation to be a part of. Your smoke will come through CT. We're going to see a plant here, guaranteed. However, surely not. He's got the AK as well. He should be able to get out of there.
They're going to retreat and run away. 3 versus 2 here. Astralis, they're crumbling down in these rounds. Fnatic actually looking very effective, being able to overthrow them on the T side this far. The bomb will be planted by Twist. As it is a 3 versus 2. Twist slowly going to move his way up. Dupree going to go around, goes for the peak, gets the headshot, takes him down. The things start to get ever so slightly awkward. Device, AWP on the retake. Just holding the angle with the USP right now as they play close. The flashbang is going to go in. That will be the cue to push out. Goes through the smoke, but Crims with the UMP slays him. And Crims doubles down, Ben. That's now 4 rounds picked up. Fnatic starting to have a bit of a game.
Such an awkward position to be in. I mean, so Zipnix, he stuck at tree. He gets 2 kills for it. And Glaive got a nade in. But instead of just pulling back and keeping that information, he took the fight. And, I mean, I wouldn't say he whiffed, but he wasn't able to land the shots that were needed in that round. And it ultimately led to that B-bomb site being just given up completely. Very topsy-turvy rounds thus far. And JW does keep that AWP into the next round as well. That's a good nade. Oh, that was absolute heat seeker. Sits in the molly for a bit.
Yeah, takes a little bit of heat damage.
So they're keeping a lot of pressure towards the top of banana, at least on the Astralis side. So you can see Twist just did that smoke towards the top there, right in between the sandbags and the top of it. It means that Fnatic can fully go up and trying to take that control from them. However, you can see Astralis, they're very willing to leave Zipnix on his own towards banana because he has a smoke, he has a CZ. You can guarantee he'll probably get a kill. Or at least delay long enough. But because of the noise cues that he has just heard, Glaive is on the way back. However, if they were near the top, they would have heard that 100%. Flash comes through, Glaive being quite aggressive there. But think about this, there's 3 CT smokes still available. You've got no bracket control, you only have top banana. That's a huge kill to get in the round though, 30 seconds left. That starts making questions be asked. You can see right now, one player in apps, the other's still close on quad. And Dupree's just smoked it. They have to commit towards this site. You're running into 2 M4s with 20 seconds left. That thing is going to be a heat seeker as well. 4.
Well, here goes the push. Dupree, sidelined by Brolin as he gets the first shot off with the AK-47. 3 players that remain on this side. Just going to get one. Takes down Exist. And they're starting to panic a little bit here. 5 seconds on the clock. If they can deny the bomb plant, they'd win the round, but just had no angle to go for that. The double molly soars in as well. So even if he didn't go down to the AK fire, he would have been killed. And it'll actually be JW's AWP that picks him off. Zipnik's just going to scurry out of there. That's now a 5th round picked up by Fnatic, the T side. Very strong so far, Ben.
Yeah, the thing is, Dupree and Magisk were both on that site, right? There's about 20 seconds left. Magisk was always going to fall back to pit. Dupree, on the other hand, he was sat on the corner facing towards quad. Did not acknowledge whatsoever where those smokes had landed. Like, they did the strat where you smoke all of pit off, and you fully just collapse on towards the site. Dupree was sat there thinking, I can hold quad, but instead Brolin just jumped straight off the balcony and got the entry kill, and it just changed the round completely. Both rifles essentially not being able to take part in that round. But 5-1 though, Fnatic are looking pretty good.
Yeah, it's definitely going in their favour so far, and I mean, they just have to try and maintain this. Hold on to their current course and keep it going, because Astralis, no real cash into this round. They are going to try and force into it though, get armor across the board apart from Glaive, who gets utility. The rest of it was CZs. 1 UMP in play as well for Zipniks.
Yeah, Fnatic should be acknowledging this is a bit of a different round from Astralis. Normally, even on the ecos, they showed some pressure towards Banana. Molotov into the corner, that should be a decent nade though. Very solid damage. The utility damage is unreal from Astralis, really, isn't it? Thinking about it.
They're very effective at it.
250 just from Glaive.
And that's early into the game as well.
God. So technically, you add the Zipnik's grenade that you just threw as well. You're looking at about 350 damage just from grenades so far.
3.5 kills off the back of the grenades.
In 7 rounds of damage.
Which is quite wild. It's a pretty high average.
Makes it a bit sad though that they've only won 1 round from that.
Yeah.
Obviously that could go to 2, depending on how this situation plays out. Very slow round from Fnatic though. They've got top banana control. They haven't got bracket control again. They're hoping they'll be able to execute and then break through towards brackets. However, Astralis know that they've never had bracket control. They can fight for this. Dupree with this push is actually crazy. He might be able to catch Brolin right in the back, but instead he goes for the mid-peak. They're faking the apps burst. They know that there wasn't anybody else there. It's just Brolin and Pet. Still 2 players towards B. Glaive has a flash as well. 20 seconds.
Oh, the push comes through. Zipniks tries to get the first kill, but luckily enough, Glaive was there to assist him. Magisk as well kills Brolan over at the A site, so it is the only 3 Ts remaining alive on B. They're going to try and just go for the fast bomb plant. The retake can be effective as well. Astralis, they have tons of firepower to play with here. All the CZs, 157. You got the AK there, Magisk as well. Armor investment, a couple of players. Can they defend this, Ben? Crims, Twist, and JW, the last 3 remaining Ts. They are trading it, and Crims, that's a huge round. He's just left on a 1v1, and Crims will win it with a hat-trick.
Saving the day, really. I mean, Magisk was making his own point there, doing that round, his own round moment. And unfortunately, Crims perfectly holds them all back from that first Orange's position. 6-1 now to Fnatic. Astralis having issues with the economy, really. You know, they didn't really buy into that round per se. But because of them, you know, half buying into it, it means they have to equal 1 more round.
It's Device.
He's had enough.
Yeah, has he had enough?
He's had enough.
Looks like he's had enough.
You do get those moments, though, don't you? When you just like, you bought P250, but it's just like, we need to play these rounds slow, or try and force them to play slow.
Yeah.
You're just going to sit there looking at a wall for a bit, just ponder in your mind.
Just like, yeah.
This will play out soon, won't it? That sort of thing. just a matter of time really before Magis gets forced off this area. It does force the peak. It was okay damage, I guess. 40, it's not too bad. But you can see Fnatic, they've drilled these little defaults that they are doing quite a bit, by the looks of things. They've got it set in stone, this is what we'll do. And Astralis haven't been able to force them into like a horrible, uncomfortable zone. Like Fnatic are allowed to do whatever they want right now. And it looks like they'll be going in towards Zipnix at the other side. Just to get the one kill, but that's it.
Yeah, pick up the first frag. Just going to have to go for that save in the 1 versus 3. So that'll be the 7th round now picked up for Fnatic, just seeming like they're being able to soar ahead through this game. And this is really not what you expected to see. I mean, Astralis should be the much more favoured team here on a map like Inferno against Fnatic, but it's working out well. Crim's having a very tidy game. This is the second 3K we've now seen from him, pretty much back to back. And it is wild, Ben. Looking very, very clean here into this matchup. If they can keep this up, Astralis might just be completely buckled, and Fnatic are not showing signs of really slowing down. They're going to have the cash to reinvest as well and get the full buyback out into the next one, as they have picked this one up. Twist can drop the AWP over to JW. The rest of them can pick up the AKs.
And Astralis now with their, I was going to say, it's going to be a buy round, and then they do go for tactical balls to talk about it a bit. So as well as stopping the momentum, it does work quite well as a plug for them to just talk everything out. What do we want to do with this buy round? Because right now, 7-1 down. If we lose this, it's 8-1, probably 9-1 really. We need to do something specific. But on the other hand of it, Fnatic will be thinking, okay, they need to force the issue. They're letting us do what we want. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Fnatic go with something a bit different. If I was Astralis, I'd play the same as normal, because they've been getting close to winning these rounds whenever they've half-fought. Like a lot of the time when they play this sort of heavy flow around the map, like movement-based play, it's gone quite well for them. So Device does get that warp in. And 3 towards Banana is the call for the CTs. However, we can see that there's 3 players going up second mid as well. JW with Zorb, go for the gap speed for those things.
Going to set themselves up to try and go for this burst, potentially out towards the A site here.
They're going to leave Device at the top of Banana as well. But I mentioned something possibly quick. JW is just entering with this AWP. This is crazy. How aggressive this is. He did spot him, I think, with that jump spot.
Feels like he might have done. They're all just stuck there right now. I mean, that's Dupree from behind the site, tags him, brings him down to 72. The nade's going to roll in, but won't kill him. There is a counter nade as well. Oh,
on your head.
Headers it off, takes a ton of damage. Crims as well has been brought down to 52 in the meantime, so they're both low. The only one that is low on Astralis is Dupree because of the AWP shot.
The comfortable bit for Astralis is they've still got Device holding that other side on his own. And you can see Fnatic, they're like, okay, we need to go back. We need to make sure we've got control of Banana. All the smokes or grenades that are where they have been used now. As soon as they force Device off of the top of Banana, I imagine he'll get a rotate from one of the players. But Brolan, he seems to be trying to cause a fake at the other side of it as well.
Ooh,
unusual.
Come through. Device gets the shot off, kills Crim's, going to drop the smoke as well as he retreats out of there, throws the flashbang as he exits his way through. Device playing from the site, gets one, easy pickings, keeps on going as he is lining them all up and popping them all down. Ooh, Twist finds that tasty little headshot as he flicks his way up, and it is all on Brolan now. It seems like Astralis will finally get themselves the second round on the board. Fnatic crumble into that one. But nevertheless, Ben, they're still looking pretty damn good here on their T side. This is only just the second round that Astralis have picked up. Cash is pretty booming for Fnatic as well, so they can rebuy. Luckily, Brolan, the one with the least amount of money, was the one to hold onto an AK. It's not going too badly.
The main thing was that decision by Astralis actually go 3 Banana, right? So they sent all 3, use all the utility on Glaive and the Zipnix. They get Device control of the entirety of Banana. And by the time they try and push him off that angle, it's too late. You know, he puts that smoke in, he keeps flashing as he runs back, getting kills as well. And a similar thing's been done again. However, Zipnix though, playing close, and that's a horrible peek by Device. Zipnix should be able to recover it, but he can't get more than one. And Fnatic, you can see they're not willing to extend a bit too much, right? They got those 2 kills, but they assume there will probably be a third guy late to this party. And that player is Glaive. He's already on B site. You can see they're trying to... I'm not too sure. I was going to say get rid of the guns, but didn't appear to be the case. Still a minute on the clock, though. Magisk and Dupree playing quite distant from each other on that A site. But it looks like the call will be to go towards the smaller site itself. If they were to go contact, I'd be very worried for Glaive. You can see he's even going back to a bit more safer play, a possibility for a retake perhaps. Because as soon as he gets smoked CT, all he's got in his capable playbook is to actually just try and fight it.
Ooh. Peeks out. Gets the first tag off. The push is coming through. Going to be able to shoot Brolin in the kneecaps as well. Leave him on 39 HP. Elevated angle there for JW, but he misses the shot with the AWP. Keeps on going back in though. Trying to run the risk. Glaive will be able to get the spam down as well. Eliminates Twist. Glaive brought down to just 47 HP here, as they are into the 3 versus 3. And the site push is coming around. This retake needs to be absolutely excellent, or Fnatic will get themselves an 8th round. The timing's good, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. Brolin and JW are near death, but they're still just holding their ground. And time's ticking away quite rapidly now. If they don't realize where JW is, Ben, this could go completely wrong. All he's got to do is deny the bomb defuse. Oh,
he
came off it, yeah.
Yeah, that's quite surprising.
It's lucky he actually had a little bit extra time there. Imagine if he came off and couldn't jump back on. That would have been awkward.
For sure. I mean, it was unusual as well, uncharacteristic. I'd normally think that he'd have the trust in his teammate to cover him. But at the end of the day, Glaive made the correct play right there. He knows, I'm probably not going to be able to hold this and survive. So he pulls off, does a lot of damage with the smoke, and he survives long enough to get all of his teammates there. The retake comes through, and they do take the round. And this is probably the last buy round for Fnatic here as well. Looks like a much quicker round. That nade will do quite a lot. Not even seen a CT yet. Seen many grenades there. They're so aggressive. See, this is more like Astralis. It was a very slow start from them, but this is more like the sort of play we're expecting from them. They, take control of the map, just show that they are the better side. 2-man advantage already. Looking pretty set to get that 4th round on the board. The thing is, Brolan's gone apps pretty much every round, right? And Astralis are perfectly fine with just letting him do what he wants to do, because they just never seem to care about. They're not playing apps at all themselves. He does that usual smokes. This is the same setup we saw from them before. Smokes to jump out and push towards the site. Question is, how long are they going to wait here? The mini pit smoke comes in as well. They've got so far to go, and the smokes will be fading to the pit as well.
Ooh, Dupree going to get that kill on Brolin. Device as well, with the AWP going to be able to find the flick back and take down Twists. Slowly walks out to go for the aggressive face, but JW is just ripping his way through each and every one of them. Oh, keeps it going, Ben. Looking to try and get the ace into this round and shut it down. It would have been the 8th round picked up if he can somehow achieve it. Going to drop that smoke, get spammed back, but he's spotted out. There was a gap. And Zipnix is able to win that one. Grabs the AK as well. They can get the defuse. Astralis definitely on the rise again now.
I couldn't help but feel like if that smoke was fully there, JW wins that round. Because he already got the 3 kills without losing much health. And you could just see it in the way he was pre-aiming things. He felt confident. And Fnatic, they do have money if they want to buy, but I'm not too sure what the game plan would be if they were to do it. Because you'd only have 3 people with good buys, right? So they actually are going to go for it. 2 UMPs means that they've got a lot of utility to use on them. Potentially a faster play towards Banana is on the cards here. There was 3 good spawns for it. But Astralis reply with a fast down mid as well.
Ooh, look at the nade damage though. Astralis taking a heavy hit, but Dupree, Ben, he's right in the rear. Oh, he walks through the smoke, but he gets detected. He will go down. That could have been crazy.
Crazy, yeah. Like, Crims was just under and he was just hearing a play. It was like, there's somebody at the bottom mid. And I like the idea from Fnatic though. They triple nade at the top of Banana, and you can see the damage it did to Magisk and Xyp9x. They were originally towards that side. It's a lot of damage dealt. And it looks like they're going to be resorting to that B site push again. Just a Molotov and a flash to hold them back.
I like that angle. A lot of strength on one leg to hold him on the fountain, yeah.
Yeah, do you not practice your foot grip strength?
Just the 1 foot.
Yeah.
I do lots of lunges.
A lot of lunges. And that's a huge kill though. They're already a man down. Finding that kill on the other side of the map forces the issue, especially as they were planning to go to this A site. Brilliant, setting up for that same smoke. The quad smoke will come in. Device is actually AWPing this arch side. So they have to get through him first before they can get towards the final boss, Magisk. Little do they know, Magisk is ready to fight right behind his own smoke.
Ooh, drops that smoke. Sits close on it. It's a tasty position, but is this posse going to work out for him? Tries to get one, but can't mow down the posse of the Fnatic players. He's only able to upset with 1 frag before it falls into the 2 versus 2, but there's 8 seconds. Bomb is planted. Rotate going to go around. Astralis. It's up to Glaive and Xyp9x to save it. The Molotov will force Brolin out of the pit. He's just peering over the top, but the face comes through. Brolin gets the kill with a UMP, and surely Glaive should go down as well, being spammed up. He will be able to get that frag, but this is still such a close game. Astralis, they're coming back into it. It's going to be a 7-5, but these rounds are messy.
Yeah, they're not able to build up much money. I mean, they've got a good buy coming in here. But Fnatic, on the other hand, they can keep trying to force just because they know if we win a round, it will break the CT economy completely. This is round 13 now, so there isn't much room anyway for Astralis to build it up. Question is, what are they going to do with this one? They've got 2 Mach 10s. I feel like an Aps burst wouldn't be too surprising, but it looks like the 2 Mach 10s have got those banana spawns and they're going straight to the top. And dupreeh again down mid.
Oh, he's walking his way down, Ben. Getting into position, isn't he? And dupreeh going to find that first kill and the second. The flick around as he does a little dance towards bottom mid. Ooh, tries to get the headshot, but Twist will be able to overthrow him. A monster Mach 10 play.
Under that.
And Device confident to go for the peak.
Just the fact that he jump shoulder face there, he actually landed the shot on the peak. It's crazy. And JW, I was going to say, he's already been wounded by the grenades at Banana. Then taken down, Brolin on his own, taken out the air by Device. 7-6 now. Astralis just needed to get a footing in, and from there they just take a whole leg, apparently. I would be interested to see what the utility damage is like now, though. So it's going to be Glaive and Xyp9x, I think. Look at... It's all of them, in fact. Device the only one who's not really putting much in, but even then 45 is more than most players would normally have. So overall the banana hold has like 500 damage just from grenades. Love to see it. And look at this face. Behind the map. And unfortunately dupreeh will whiff after the first one.
Glaive gets one. Oof, towards T-Stairs. Twist. Triumphant. The heroism coming through, Ben. Looking confident as he'll now just charge up. Smoke CT, can try and get into a more aggressive angle if he wants to as well. He has got the stolen AWP. Nade rolls through. Glaive Shin's going to take a bit of damage.
Well, some shin splints after that one. And Twist is following those 2 kills up with another one. It's going to be a while before Magisk arrives, but dupreeh's clearly accepting this is a save. Because as I mentioned, even though Astralis won like the last 5 rounds, they've not been able to build a bank from it. The only player who can buy himself, really, would be Xyp9x for a full buy. Glaive will be forced to buy himself, and you got to be thinking if somebody drops a note for Device, I guess Xyp9x should be doing that in this case. But all in all, that round simply came from Twist, right? You got those 2 kills at Banana and just ran straight with it. You got an advanced position, as you said. Gets the orbital to his ruins, and that guarantees the round. So Fnatic guaranteeing that they do win this half against the CT side of Astralis.
That's big as well. I mean, Astralis, the last time we saw them effectively playing this map, they looked quite dominant on it. So it is quite scary.
But it was the CT side that let them down, if you remember. It was 3 rounds on that CT side against this Space Soldiers T side. Question is, will their T side be as dominant as that one that we saw as well? a big ask. The question is, what can they get done?
Device on the orb.
I think that's the first time we've seen them show presence into apps there. Oh, technical pause.
Yeah. This feels like something has gone wrong.
Does appear to be the case. But considering the positions that were on the map, you can see Majestic was planning to go aggressive in apartments there with Device's orb. Which is something we have not seen yet thus far.
No, and no one got detected, so
yeah, nobody got detected. So I imagine that
play's not been ruined. Yeah, he could still use that into the next round.
Because Brolan, I was saying, he's basically been given a free role to do whatever he wants towards apartments, by those things. He's basically got out of it every single time, as well. Which is something you wouldn't normally see happen, because you've got to be thinking, if you're Astralis, he's a free kill. Just send 2 people there, get the kill, get out, job done. Like, you know, he can't pressure that way. But instead, they opted for triple banana some rounds, more offensive towards mid. And ultimately just defensive on the site itself, you know, playing site and pit, essentially.
Ben, do you see all the trees and the houses outside the map?
Yep.
Do you know how that works inside the source engine?
What's the skybox?
Yeah. So essentially, all of those buildings are...
They exist in a tiny little thing.
They're in a really small area, and they're blown up on the skybox and put as the background to the map. They don't actually
repeated over and over again
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Because I remember people also used to do it on Dust 2 on CSS, didn't they?
So basically, if you flew out of the skybox and put the CT model in the skybox, the CT would show up as a massive, yeah. Very interesting. Jake, take us towards top banana, and put us over by the very top where there's the weird wolf animal. What is that, Ben?
I would say a wolf.
See, I've never been sure if it's a pig, dog, or wolf.
It could also be a attacking dolphin with like hands.
Because
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't really know. It's got ears. It's got a nose.
But it doesn't really have a back, like a hind.
No.
Does it?
It's just kind of...
It just ends.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
Very distinctive paws.
Yeah,
it's baffled me for a long time. I've always wondered.
An odd one.
Ooh. Are we back? Looks like it could have been a problem with one of Fnatic's coaches, potentially. But it seems like the issue has been resolved. It seems like they've rejoined. I can hear the pitter-patter of some typing, though, Ben, so I'm unsure.
If it is correct, although it'll be a very slow one, but we are still seeing... Although I was going to say towards apps, but in fact they're going triple quad. Well, I say triple quad, but it's set 2 quad with Majestic ready to back them up if needed. So very different grenade usage from Astralis this time towards banana. Glaive getting ready for the nade over the top. However, nobody there to receive it. And you can see on the map, a lot of presence in the apartments. Brolan again, allowing him to do what he wants here. Crims, he's had a field day as well on Boiler. But the timing here, you can see they're planning to do something different. Ooh, I think Dupree just saw it. But it doesn't matter, Device gets the kill. Should follow it up another one. Already a 3v5 now, and Brolan's stuck in apartments, really. He does that usual smoke out, but Majestic should be able to cover that completely.
Ooh. Exist. Struggling now in the face. Oh, JW Ben nearly hit the no-scope. That would have been absolutely wild. He'd been wilding out all over him, but they do at least keep it fairly close right now. It's a 2 versus 5 into the round. Brolan and JW. Oh, Zipnik's cut off the rotate. That's the bomb. Completely gifted. Dropped at his feet. Brolan, only a matter of time before he's taken down. Will get one consolation frag. That is the kill on Device.
8 to 7.5 though in favour of Fnatic. I'd say I was pretty impressed with it to begin with, but when you consider it was 7-1, kind of, you see it very often with teams where they take a big lead and then completely, like the other team wakes up, I guess.
Yeah.
What you could say, or you could say they finally got to grips with how this game was being played, right? I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Astralis take this map like 16-10. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
It can happen. Astralis on the T side, they definitely have the firepower for it. I mean, they have the explosive capability.
Yeah.
I think only time will tell, really, man.
Especially when you consider how the T side was when we saw them with Space Soldiers, right? We could all say that Space Soldiers CT wasn't great as well. But at the end of the day, both T sides were good, so you can't take that away from them. And as you could see, Astralis slowly getting into the game, just ever so slowly getting to grips with how this has been played, the momentum, how the flow works with it. Because some teams play differently, don't they? Sometimes you get fast-paced teams. Fnatic were playing really slow.
Yes.
Which is similar to like the old Na'Vi style, like Zeus used to have, like last 20-second bursts in. And Astralis were quite unfortunate to not get more rounds, really. If you think about the half-buy rounds that they nearly won, with USPs even. Ultimately, I feel like it's still in Astralis' favour. The pistol doesn't seem to be mattering much in these games anymore, other than a slight little momentum boost to get 2 rounds on the board.
And the thing is for Astralis is you can never really count them out. They're the top team in the world for a reason. You know, they can go 14 rounds down and bring it back to win that game 16-14, Ben. We've seen that happen in the past, so wouldn't be surprised if they can pull something interesting out.
So because there's flashes for Brilliant to peek second mid. They know where Blair is towards that underpass area. But Zipnix, he's already this far up, but JW is holding the entrance. So on the other side of the map though, they were able to get top banana control. They're fully risking just one player towards that B site, which is very risky. So they do have a lot of grenades as well available to them. Device and Glaive both having 2 smokes each, as well as some flashbangs. I'm surprised those bullets are going through the wall, to be honest. Like a Glock shooting through wood like that, I wouldn't expect it to go through. Decision has been made by Astralis though. The execute comes in towards B. Twist will have to give it up. He actually blocks that smoke and gives himself an opportunity here. This is quite cheeky actually. There's a massive gap on the right side of that.
Ooh. Just spamming away, Ben. As they
3 through banana.
Ooh, here they come.
Setup.
As they bound their way up towards top banana. Zipnik's going to be able to grab 2 Device with a headshot on towards Exist as well, and it is just Twist and JW that remain. Scratch that. It is only Twist that is alive. The only one breathing on the server for the CT side will be able to end Magisk. There is still 3 more men to grin and bear his way through as he begins to take the firefight towards the site, dinking the banana player but cannot finish them off. Goes for the wide swing, really just accepting his fate there. And that goes 8-8 now. Astralis, they equalize. And this is where they might actually start to grow out of control as well.
Quite amusing that Twist was the last player alive on the CT side and he was the one who started at the B site. He was the one that held it initially. And he's kind of been going under, a shroud of hidden vision, really. That's like Twist. He's got 19 kills this game. He's been popping off like in a small way where he just gets like 2k here and there, but it's nothing like crazy, right? It's like that silly spam that people do. Like you don't remember the 30 kills that this guy gets, but you remember a Guardian flick or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
It's that silly little copy pass that people do. It's like he's got 19 kills, but the ones I remember are like that 2k on banana into the third, right? Because it was a very high impact situation.
But that's sort of just the nature of impact frags, really.
Yeah.
Sometimes you will see players that will be able to pick up like sort of 25 frags into a game, but someone else will be getting 25 kills with really flashy entries, quite tasty 3Ks to clutch out around.
It's like the classic, like you could argue a theory here, right? Where during the basketball, for example, in the last 2 minutes, they do like a review of calls that they missed. Whereas you could argue that the calls they missed in the last 2 minutes are just as important as the first 2, right? So it's the same theory could be done here, where a mistake in round 2 of a game that lasted 30 rounds is just as important as round 30, because at the end of the day, they both are a round difference, right?
Yeah, that's still 1 round.
Whereas some people will just argue the theory that, technically it's more important at round 30 because it could have led to this, or it led to this, that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Because it's somebody gets 25 kills in a game, but they're never entry kills or like your impactful frags, but they're like the 3rd/4th kill into the round. They're just as important. but you won't see it on like a stat sheet, like an entry kill thing or anything like that.
Yeah.
They go hidden and forgotten away.
Like the Borrowers.
The Borrowers.
Yeah. Do you remember the Borrowers?
No.
They it was like a movie about these small like dwarf type people that used to steal things, and they were called the Borrowers.
The Borrowers.
Yeah.
They don't sound like a borrowing.
Well, they're stealing the kills, Ben.
I suppose so. So Crim's had a really good spawn towards Banana just then. He fully got to the car before any of the players actually got to the half wall. And you can see bracket control being taken from by Astralis there. Fnatic are willing to play that very rotate-heavy kind of setup in a way, like 2 and 2, but then have exist switching in between sites depending on who they feel like they need to have an extra man towards. A site appears to be the call in mind though. Device does the smoke towards mini pit. They've only got 2 flashes available and they're both on Zipnix. Also comes through, the flashes will have to come through as well. JW and Brolan here.
Oh, the push going out. Brolan going to find the headshot, eliminates Device. The flick up as well, nicely timed, but didn't actually get the kill. And it falls into the 3 versus 3. Big distance nade going out from Dupree. Fnatic, they can keep this scoreline at a 9-9 if they win this.
That was a beautiful smoke just thrown by Dupree, by the way. He had a lineup for right at the back of pit to cover mini pit for. 3v3 though, they're so low is the issue, but there's no kit. That's going to be a big factor in this.
Ooh, that nade, Ben. 2 very, very low players, but they're able to survive somehow into this one. Twist going to push up. Zipnix on the close angle, adjust for the flashbang. It's a 1 versus 2, but he won't be able to do it. Will go down. They're going to jump on the bomb. That'll be the defuse coming through. They go 9-9 on the scoreline here, and they're keeping it neck and neck.
But because of that plant though, Astralis, they can still buy into this. It could be a very well classic case of resetting that CT economy just because of the 1 win.
The pause is going to come through. Astralis taking a timeout here.
I imagine to talk about the pause, and you could argue about that 3v3 post plant, right? But I imagine it's more, they do have some players who don't have enough money to buy fully on the grenade sector. So like, which grenades should they specialise for this round? Like, what do they want to play out with? And do they want an AWP is another question, because I did see that Dupree had about $6.25 thousand dollars. So he could drop an AWP over to Device if needed.
Well, that buy's starting to come back in. Yeah, 4 AKs so far.
Zipnik, the last one to actually do it. I imagine he'll go... Oh, he actually goes AK armor. This could be a fast play then. 4 through second mid. This could be a maps burst, and Fnatic are reacting, unfortunately, the wrong way by the looks of things. Because they've sent 3 towards Banana. And Vice gets taken down, though.
That's rough. I mean, Crims might take about 50 points of damage, but the Vice is the one that dies. That's the big the big impactful factor. JW as well, brought down so low. Zipnix!
He's fighting in the fire.
This man's fire retardant, Ben. He just runs straight through it, he doesn't care.
The issue is they've got CTs right at their backs. They need to get the kill onto JW as soon as possible, because otherwise they'll be crunched from both sides.
Oh, headshot on JW. Goes for the extension, but the entire team is there. And Fnatic, it's not that they're equal now. They're in the lead. And they're in the lead in the second half, Ben. Looking good. The reset comes through, so Astralis pretty broken. They're going to have a downright shoddy buy going into this one. And Fnatic sitting quite pretty. This could be a big upset for them. If they're able to start getting wins here against Astralis, especially on Inferno, this could bode well. Obviously, this is our first map as well, Ben. More to come after this one.
A lot of grenades thrown straight down mid there as well. Device lucky to be alive, if we're honest. 9 HP left. JW holding that arch angle. Doesn't want to give away a free kill though to a Deagle. Did peek at the last minute, but ultimately wins that trade by quite a bit. Fnatic, in terms of damage they've done, they're looking in a very good position to actually take this round. And actually making it 11-2-9. So you can see the full rifle buy from Fnatic is quite unusual, doesn't it? We don't normally think about JW as much of a rifler, do we?
Honestly, it seems like in recent times he started to step more and more away from the AWP, which is kind of interesting when you think about, obviously, historically who he is as a player.
But alternatively, you could argue that he wasn't that much of an AWPer, he was more that he had the sidearm of the CZ available to him.
Yeah.
Because he did take that out a lot more than people would normally expect to.
I think stats-wise, it is like one of the highest weapons he's got kills with. Because it's just how much he's used it. Brolin absolutely rolled over them.
So here comes that buy from Astralis, though. No AWP in play. Which does mean that this could be a bit more of a slower round, I imagine, because the last buy round they had was a bit hectic. Obviously, they lost device quite early on, and then they forced the issue across the board, if we're honest. That's going to be another decent nade as well. And also towards banana. Device puts that one out. It looks like he was thinking about committing towards that, but instead opts to not go for it. They're playing the double boiler setup, from what I understand there as well. This is a classic, and just opens it up. I mean, Twist is ready to fight this, and he lands so much damage, but he just can't get the kills.
Oh, Zipnix takes them down. They went for the head on the ceiling boost towards Boiler, but it was quickly scrubbed out. Oh, Zipnix as well. Takes down Exist, the Battle of the X's. And that'll be Device to annihilate JW. So they keep it close. Astralis going to win that round. 11-10 being the scoreline. It's a tight affair. Interesting enough as well, this is one of the games in recent times where Glaive is actually having quite a slow day. I mean, last time we saw him in Inferno, he was a huge impact fragger for the side of Astralis. He was winning multiple 1v3s to keep them into the game.
He had something like 50 kills at the end of it, didn't he, as well?
Yeah.
The overtime. And then even on train, he had another like 30.
He was playing really, really well. Even yesterday, looked good.
And because of Fnatic losing a few players in the previous rounds, you can see the effect that has had on their economy. You know, you've got 2 players with P250s. Exist, he's only got 1,600. You're looking at a double leaker for him, really. But I imagine he will force buy into it next round if they do lose this one. So that's a nice, interesting nade to actually go for. If you suspect that boost has been used, I suppose. You can't cover it. And Crims, he's on the edge of flames here. And it is actually burning him in the end.
Ooh, yeah, begins to spread. Device going to get that kill on towards Crims. Exists with the USP, flicks up, kills Zipnix. It's 4 versus 3 here into the round with 55 seconds on the clock. And the bomb doesn't need to go down just yet, but it will be planted. They're happy to hold. Ooh, well, the rotate comes through. I mean, JW from quite a distance will find that headshot onto Dupree. And it is the 3 versus 3. Yeah.
It's weakening these players. If Brolin's able to get something done as well, it won't be as clean as they would have liked to have it been, though.
The Brolin brutality. Is it going to be there?
Although with Glaive walking around this other side, Magisk should be watching towards this exit. Instead, he's going to run straight behind them. He did actually get a shot off, but it wasn't a headshot. If it was a headshot, Magisk guys to the bomb there.
They were all very, very low. That is unfortunate.
And we're all tied at 11. So Exist, he was the player that I mentioned who would probably need to go for a bit of a worse off buy. Did save that AK. And the double AWP comes out. So that's an interesting one. JW picks up one and Twist the other. So he's, in my mind, he's always been more of a rifler than an AWPer, but I'd be interested to see how this goes. Good nade right there, lands straight into that little cubby. Look at that quick peek from Device. They're boosted and playing under it.
Oh.
Left-hand peek, unfortunately.
Fair play. I mean, JW connects that shot, Ben, straight through the wall. He's got the advantage for Fnatic, and they're keeping it close here in the battle of the Danes and the Swedes. Push coming out. They're going to try and go for the aggression here towards the B site. Glaive just going to be walking his way in slowly, launches out the Molotov, but does he know that both of these players are so close towards the CT smoke? Barely misses the shot through the legs. Crims on the close angle as well. If he hears anything, he can get a lot of information. Just playing close towards the stained glass right now, listening for the audio cues. Gonna hear that bomb start to go down. Zipnix will plant it. It is a 5 versus 3 retake into the round.
Only the one kit on Exist as well. All players coming from CT or Ruins. There's still a smoke available for Xyp9x as well. He's going to smoke CT. I can't help but feel like this is still winnable for Astralis. They're both going to be coming through every single tight angle.
Oh.
This is going to be tough.
Look at the amount of damage done already, Ben. And Xyp9x gets that kill, takes down Brolin, but he's just going to push straight through. Flashbang over, out of the smoke. They're so blind, but he gives them a hug. They've tapped the bomb as he forces the face, but Xyp9x is slaughtering them all one by one.
It's too late.
Oh.
Exist had the kit and some CT, and unfortunately he couldn't get past the wall that is Xyp9x. 12 to 11. I thought there was a chance that Astralis take that round, but I didn't expect it to play out in that way.
That's mental. Xyp9x.
Literally acting like a wall.
Yeah.
Anybody coming through CT, he's clotheslining them all.
The barbed wire himself slays down, cuts their fingers as they're trying to push through.
And because of that, Fnatic, you know, they do have an AWP on JW, but otherwise there's not really anything else that they can, you know, surround it with. You've got some P250s, a Deagle. It's not great.
This would have been the one round where if he would have taken that fight towards Apps, maybe he would have actually got a bit of an inkling into what is occurring, because everyone is there. This is going to be a very fast hit towards the A site, quite thunderous, you'd imagine.
Just depends on the flashes. If they land the flashes, this could be very bad very quickly. Beautiful from the crew though. 4 AK headshots in a matter of, what, 5 seconds?
Yeah.
Without even spraying as well.
Just little taps.
Love to see that.
Majest gets the final kill onto Crims. 13 to 11, and Astralis, it seems like winning that round could have been the catalyst they needed to actually close down this first map, Ben, as they're definitely on fire now, feeling themselves into these past couple of rounds.
And what I like to see is that they had the option to pick up that AWP, but they decided not to. Device on the T side, I mentioned it last time we watched them, he likes to AK a lot on this T side. He's a more than capable rifler.
And it works better as well. I mean, you've got 5 rifles, you can go for fast tempo plays. Yeah, you don't have to worry as much, and Device proving he has the capability.
Traded. Oh, he's lived.
That cuts him off as well.
Yeah, the player's stuck at sandbags, so he can exit now. But Twist committing quite a bit to this angle.
And that's all utility gone, apart from just 2 Molotovs and 2 flashbangs. The smokes are out.
And JW, he's not even playing with his teammate actually on the A site. Instead, he's going to be trying to force the issue towards mid, but how aggressive is he actually going to peek? He takes the full peek, he doesn't win the fight either, he takes a lot of damage. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him go aggressive again, to be honest. They need some info on one of the sites. And right now, Banana does not seem to be doing anything. So if the push were to come onto this site, a simple flashbang would essentially nullify JW's impact onto this round. The mini pit smoke comes through from Glaive. JW's now forced themselves to play onto the site. They're trying to see if they can call the bluff right there. Because Twist has got the Molotov ready at Banana. They're going to re-execute now. JW's pushing them.
Oh, he gets one there, but the timing isn't going to be able to get away. Caught as he's shot in the rear by Glaive, and Brolin tries to rumble with the best of them, but he was so blind and confused. By the time he eventually could go for the reface, they had a better stance. Glaive gets the kill, and it is just up to Twist and Exist. But I don't think they're going to be existing in this one for much longer, unless they can twist the game into their favor. Twist finds the headshot on Magisk, and it is up to Device and Glaive to now stop them from retaking this site. But they've got the info, they're hearing the audio cues, and time is ticking away. Oh. That's a beautiful pick as there from Glaive. Twist. No. Glaive will overthrow him. A 4K coming out. Glaive definitely stepping back into the action and awaking. Wanted to save the M4 as well.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. And he wants to keep it for himself as well. Not going to give it off to one of his teammates.
That's his M4.
That's his M4 now.
I wonder what he wants that for.
I remember thinking that there was a weird... It was more of like a placebo theory, right? Where if you have the rifle of the opposing team, it feels like it's much better than it is on your own side.
Yeah.
I.e. M4 on T, AK on CT, right? It just feels better. They've actually committed through that smoke fully. Twist gets that free kill. I was going to say he's going to exit, but that spam was beautiful. It's the instant trade right there and then. They throw them all so it stops Crims from getting to that gun as well. And they're actually just going to group towards mid. Astralis looking to get that match point in here.
Yeah, they want to try and make this go.
They've double smoked quad by mistake there. I guarantee there's 2 players here. You can see Device taking the initiative though. He's gone for the wrap decision. Hoping to catch one of the rotates. He did hear JW.
Ooh.
Doesn't quite land the shots though.
No. 14 to 11 with 55 seconds left on the clock. Device is going to be able to reposition now, at least JW. Oh, JW could be very critical into the round. Gets the adjustment, the flick up with the CZ, the headshot onto Dupree. Grabs the AK as well. The face goes in favor of Xyp9x. Takes no damage there as he tries to spark the resistance over by balcony, Ben.
That was a very unusual push. But JW, he gets another one. And he gets a third. It's just Xyp9x left. He's got a big ass 25 seconds. Need to get temporarily stuck in the window. But the bomb is down in such an awkward position where I think he'll get pushed from both sides if needed. Crims is the one who needs to do the work here though. Xyp9x actually decides, I need to save.
He realizes that it's over. We'll concede this one, give it away. And it is going to go 14 to 12 now. This game, so back and forth, just constantly neck and neck. Astralis, they love lengthy games on Inferno, but
arguably it's just because of that slow start they had this time, right? You know, 7-1 down, recovering it now to be 14-12 up, and actually the technical pulls coming in from Astralis. So not ideal by any means. But I suppose this could alternatively work as a bit of a tactical as well, just to have a talk about things with whatever issue they have going on.
They have had a TeamSpeak crash, Ben.
Oh.
The classic.
And here come the people saying, why aren't they using Discord?
Because they want to be able to sue them. That'll be why, Ben. That'll be why. Well, 14 to 12, only 2 rounds between these two sides, and it's definitely a scary one. Astralis, it seems like they've been able to wake themselves up. I mean, they're winning the individual firefights now. Glaive's definitely back on form. Just seems like it's a matter of time if it carries on going on like this. So they should be able to shut this game down. But this is scary. I mean, Fnatic, all things considered, this is the second day we're actually seeing Brolin being in the team, and it feels like he's fitting in well. Twist seems to be having a fairly effective day. Looking like overall, the team is working quite nicely.
So this is do or die really for Fnatic, right? They lose this, they lose the money, and you could argue the game. So Fnatic again, they go for the triple towards Banana. However, I wouldn't say the grenade use has been fantastic at the top of Banana by the CTs. They've used up a lot of grenades and not really got much for it. Like, Device, he's that confident, he just takes the fight straight towards the top. Crims at Sandbags is taken down for free as well. Exist will be arriving here. He kind of needs to force the issue. He needs to peek into this.
Oh. Device is going to come around. Device, he delves onto the site, Ben. A minute and 9 seconds. Smoke will go down as well, but the bomb slowly trailing behind. Oh, he's got all the timing in the world. Just absolutely annihilated. Device with the double kill, Ben. That is the round done. That'll be match point picked up, and Dupree will find the final kill on Brolin. Wow, Device. Big round.
I don't know how they don't expect Device to be in. Because when Exist peaked, he did see 2 players. I guess the heat at the moment, the sound and everything, there's a lot going on. You don't hear that player run in. But you must be thinking he could have got in, right?
At least be suspicious.
But instead, neither player seemed to have a clue at all. Auto shotgun coming in from Exist, M4 from Crims, and then 3 CZs. And a contact mid call has been made. JW. Oh. Oh, that's going to be free kill. 3. Should be followed up with another one. But unfortunately, he doesn't take that fight. Instead, they're opting just to go straight onto the side. And Brolan just runs straight out.
Oh, he used all that ammo, but it's just the dink. Glaive as well with a double kill now, and it feels like all the pieces have fallen into place, and this should be an Astralis win, as Dupree will get the follow-up frag as well. Twist goes down. It would have to be a 4K for Crims. The nade will absolutely shatter him. and Dupree will be the one to leave him lifeless. A hat-trick to close it out. Astralis, they will take that map versus Fnatic on Inferno as they pick up the win there in the later stages. Ben, quite a back-and-forth game, proving that Fnatic, they do have some fight within them.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a rough one to look at, though, if you're a Fnatic fan, right? 7-1 up, you lose 16-12. So if you think about the comparison, it's technically a 15-4 run, or 15-5 run, so. You know, you've got to be thinking that was just the early moments of the game, and then they kind of lost control of the complete game, right? Astralis got into the game finally, started hitting their shots, started doing everything they needed to. And unfortunately, Fnatic, it's all well and good to get 12 rounds against Astralis, but at the end of the day, you don't get anything else for losing 16-12. You still get 0.
It's very true. It's about the win. It is not about the rounds. They are just the commodity. But that is going to be the win in the end there for Astralis, meaning Fnatic. They have one more chance to try and steal some points from the #1 ranked team right now. Fnatic are currently ranked 11th. Can they push themselves up? We will find out after the break.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Vodafone, The Road to Odense, Betway, MSI, Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, and ESEA.